Thorpe Park likes to market itself as the island like no other, a hub of adrenaline for thrill seekers to come and get their fix. But does it live up to the hype? Located in Chertsey in close proximity to London, the park is a compact yet packed island located in an old set of gravel pits. The park uses mostly reclaimed land to showcase its lineup of large roller coasters and impressive selection of flat rides to boot. So let's start there, the flat rides. But before we get into it, we would like to ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel, and if at the end you have enjoyed this video, leaving a like is always appreciated. Now that's out the way, let's get on to the impressive lineup of flat rides, starting with what in my opinion is the best in the park, Rush. This S&S Screaming Swing is exhilarating. It's showing its age a bit now and doesn't run for as long a cycle as in previous years, and it doesn't go as high, but it still packs a hell of a punch. Quantum is a magic carpet style ride and could be considered more of an entry level thrill for those that are slightly timid. Vortex, a KMG afterburner. Versions of this swinging ride can be found on travelling fun fairs the world over. This one, slightly bigger and a lot of fun. Zodiac is an enterprise style attraction, locks you in a gondola and uses centrifugal force to invert you without an actual restraint. Over on Big Easy Boulevard we find Detonator, a 100-foot drop tower manufactured by Fabry. This has stood the test of time, with rumours circulating for years that its removal was imminent. Finally, we have the fully refurbished and repainted Samurai. This Mondial top scan was originally located at Chessington World of Adventures, but eventually Merlin, the parent company, relocated it to Thorpe, as it was deemed to be a better fit at the nation's thrill capital, rather than at the animal and child-focused Chessington. For 2024, Thorpe have repainted it to its original red and black colours, as when it moved to Thorpe, they painted it blue. This is the largest collection of thrill-based flat rides at any Merlin park in the UK, and they really complement the soon-to-be 6 major thrill coasters. So what is the coaster lineup? In order of construction, we will start with Colossus. This used to be a world record holder. Manufactured by Intamin, this coaster has 10 inversions. It was the first in the world to go upside down this many times, and has been disorienting riders for over 20 years. The park are slowly replacing sections of track during closed seasons to try and preserve the ride and perhaps mitigate the roughness it has developed. Following soon after came the park's B&M inverted coaster, Nemesis Inferno. Having absolutely nothing to do with the theme or story of the original Nemesis over at Alton Towers, this volcano-based inverted coaster has 4 inversions and quite a thrilling layout. It is often called inferior to its Alton Towers counterpart, and unfortunately, I believe the comparison is only made because they share a name. This is a good ride from B&M on its own merits. Next up, the park partnered once again with Intamin to bring us Stealth. Currently the fastest accelerating coaster in the world, you are shot from 0 to 80 miles per hour in just 1.8 seconds before cresting a 205-foot top hat. Then it is straight down to earth and straight into the brake run. This ride may be over in a flash, but the combination of speed and height speaks for itself. The park then partnered with Lionsgate Films and the manufacturer Gerstlauer to bring the world's first horror movie themed coaster to a theme park with Saw, the ride. This Eurofighter model coaster is based on the Saw franchise of movies, with riders strapped into one of Jigsaw's traps to face one of his tests. This was also briefly the world's steepest coaster with its beyond vertical drop. The theming here is really showing its age, and the indoor section, which we won't spoil for you, could do with some serious upgrades, but overall it works really well with this model of coaster. The 5th, and at the time of recording, latest operating coaster at the park is the Swarm. Partnering once again with B&M, this is one of their wing coaster models with the seats situated beside the track on wings rather than above or below it. This ride features a slow inversion before the first drop, which really takes advantage of the seat configuration to raise that thrill factor. Here's a fun fact. For a couple of years, you were able to ride the swarm backwards, as the park modified the back 2 rows of the trains to face in reverse. This was done in-house and not by the manufacturer B&M, and we personally got to experience it ourselves and can say it was a lot of fun. Looking to the future now, the very close future, May 24th, 2024 will see the 6th thrilling coaster added to Thorpe Park's lineup with Hyperia. This is the park's first major coaster from Mack Rides and features over 14 seconds of airtime, as well as being the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. This monster of a ride is very intimidating to look at and will feature max lap bar restraints to really add to that fear factor. Watch out for our review of Hyperia here on the channel as soon as we are able to experience it. For such a small park, and it is a small park, the rides do not end there. Ghost Train is a retheme of the old Derren Brown Ghost Train ride that has removed the virtual reality aspect. We have Storm Surge. It's a large multi-passenger raft slide that was relocated from Cypress Gardens over in Florida. The 4D Cinema, which shows a Ready Player One experience which lasts roughly 10 minutes. Tidal Wave is a large log flume style attraction that once again used to hold a record. It used to be Europe's highest water ride and absolutely soaks riders and spectators alike. And Rumba Rapids is a river rapids attraction which is often closed and frankly needs to be removed as it is no real theming anymore and it's just really tired now. There is so much to do at Thorpe Park that despite the small footprint you will struggle to get everything done in a single day, and if you want you can stay the night in a shipping container at the Thorpe Shark cabins to ensure you get multiple days of non-stop thrills. This park is designed and marketed towards the thrill seeker, the young adult and above, and families with young children will not find much to do here. The Walking Dead the ride is basically a kiddie coaster in a building, but the theme will keep the kids away for the most part, so that isn't really even an option. I think all you've really got here is the Flying Fish, which is an old Mack powered coaster that's been at the park for over 30 years. So keep this in mind when deciding if a visit to Thorpe is for you. But if thrills and coasters are what you are looking for, then here in the United Kingdom, there is, in our opinion, maybe no better place. Well, let us know down in the comments. Have you been to Thorpe Park? Do you really think it is the nation's thrill capital? Or do you think that slogan is more bark than bite? Let us know, and we'll speak to you again real soon. Bye for now.